Hello there, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Protection Paladin in 10.2, tier set bonus, the changes, playstyle changes, possible talent changes, and kind of general consensus and all that fun stuff. So let's get right into it. So the new tier set bonus for Paladin is let's talk about it. Judgment grants a stack of Sanctification, reducing your damage taken by 2% per stack. Upon reaching 5 stacks, your next cast of Consecration is empowered, increasing its damage and healing by 200% and its radius by 30%. Sanctification stacks are reset when your empowered consecration ends. This is very, very important, and we're going to talk about that when we talk about playstyle changes. While you are within an empowered consecration, your abilities have a chance to deal 40% bonus damage or healing as fire. All right, so playstyle. Stay in consecration. What paladins we've been doing for a long time. Pro or con on that? Well, ask any Protection Paladin main how easy it is to stay in their consecration on Sanguine weeks, and yeah. I'm really unhappy that this is a consecration-based tier set, although it does have its power and its merit. Now, the 30% increase radius is a lot bigger than what you may think. It's really, really big. It like almost doubles the size of the entire thing. It's a really, really big empowered consecration, and having the 10% reduced damage is fairly easy to get to. Now, this is a judgment focused playstyle, so we're going to be wanting to taking any ability at all that we use that will, quicken judgment and all that fun stuff. So Seal of Order, well, it was the meta last season to be running Seal of Order, you could get away with Fading Light if you were looking for some extra defensiveness and you had the haste to make up for it. This is something that I actually really did enjoy running, but basically this tier set kind of kills that talent, and you're going to be wanting to run Seal of Order no matter what. For most people, this isn't going to be a change at all to kind of how we're running. And when it comes to the general build, now again, don't look at some of my talents here. I've been just playing with a bunch of different stuff. We're just talking about how it affects some talents right now. I've been playing with Divine Resonance and Quickened and a bunch of different stuff to kind of see what I can get and see where things line up. But all around, you're keeping Divine Resonance for any dungeon that you need, and an excessive amount of kicks and things like that. The big thing with this playstyle that you are going to have to learn is while you have your empowered consecration, you cannot drop another consecration. You cannot. Or you will end the empowered consecration, which is just truly terrible gameplay. It's not fun, but it is what we have to work with. Now, the 40% increased damage and healing while inside that empowered con is really good, actually. Is this tier bonus objectively better than what we had in Season 2? Absolutely. Objectively, no question. It is more powerful. You're going to gain more bonuses, more damage, and just generally more from it. Heartfire was a really big disappointment. As excited as I was going into the season, it ended up being nowhere near as impactful as I thought it would be. So when do you want to break your tier set? As soon as possible. The current 2 and 4 piece for Season 2 are really not that great. So when you do get your next tier set, go for it. Whenever you get your next 2 piece, go for it, break it, get your 4 piece. So you really don't have to worry about anything like that there, because like I said, this one is objectively just better. You're not going to be wanting to change any talents to work with this as well. If you want to make an absolutely monstrously huge empower, which might have some drawbacks in a dungeon like Waycrest Manor, you could go for Consecrated Ground to just make it 15% larger and then 30% larger on top of that. It is really big and does make it a lot easier to stay in, but the biggest caveat, like I said earlier, is making 100% sure that you put an X on your Consecrate when you're in that empowered one. Now, luckily, you do know when that empowered one is out, because it gets all glowy when you do get to it, so you don't have to worry about that there. But all in all, I think Protection Paladin is gaining some power coming into this patch, which is really, really good. The playstyle of it just... Again, I'm sad that this is a consecration-based playstyle, but I don't want to harp on it too much, because it actually is pretty decent. Like I said, it's good, and it's better than what you have now. So gaining any sort of bonus from what you have now, all the better, right? It's just you really need to make sure that you stay inside your consecration and you do not drop another one. If they are going to change this at all, I would really like to see it just be like a buff on you. So let's say it's like the empowered consecration like based on the length of your consecration, let's say it lasts, so if we go here for 14 seconds, you get a 14-second buff that just every consecration you drop becomes that much larger while the buff is active and you are in it. And then that way you can move it around and get your bonus and kind of stay in it and play around it. Because one of the things that's going to feel really, really bad is if you drop a consecration and then you are immediately forced to move out of it. We all know what this is. Anybody who's played Protection Paladin knows exactly that hurt, and it's going to hurt that much more if it's empowered. Luckily, its size might mean that you can stay in it and still be okay, but that's something you're going to have to watch out for. But all in all, am I excited for 10.2 Protection Paladin? I am. It's going to feel better than it felt in Season 2, so that is definitely a bonus. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Love to hear it in the comment section down below. If there's any changes, disclaimer, this is PTR. Anything can change at any single time for the better or worse. Like, comment, subscribe if you are looking for updates on anything tank related. I am doing all of these videos. Let's go.